Good morning dear students, welcome to Narayana online classes. For class 8 students, today's topic is coordinate covalent bond with examples. Okay, coordinate covalent bond with examples. Right, now here in this coordinate covalent bond, here between two atoms, here one atom it will provide 2 electrons for the bond formation. Okay, now one atom will be giving a pair of electron to the other atom and the other atom will be gaining those 2 electrons. And here this is one more type of covalent bond. Okay, generally covalent bond means what we will take between two atoms, each atom will provide 1 electron for the bond formation. Then mutual sharing of electrons takes place. But here in this day2 bond or coordinate covalent bond between two atoms, one atom only provides 2 electrons for the bond formation. Okay, now here if we take some examples we will discuss now. If you take it as BF4 -1, if you take in this example here, if you observe this structure, means BF4 -1 I can take it as BF3 plus F minus I am taking. Now here boron trifluoride molecule if you take, in this boron trifluoride molecule, boron atom is surrounded with 3 fluorine atoms, and here 3 fluorine atoms means each fluorine atom it is giving 1 electron to the bond formation with the boron atom. Then here 3 fluorines are there, then 3 bonds means 3 bond pair of electrons are there and there is no lone pair of electrons in the central atom. Okay, now here 3 to 6 electrons are there, means for getting octet stability this boron trifluoride molecule still 2 electrons will be required, means indirectly here in that boron atom there is a vacant orbital. Now here this is the vacant orbital indication. Okay, now here this boron trifluoride molecule will be acting as Lewis acid, they required electrons. Lewis acid, they required electrons. Now if here if we come to F minus ion, fluoride ion it is stable, it is having octet stability. Fluoride ion is stable because of the octet stability. Now here negative charge is nothing but it is a pair of electron. Okay, that pair of electron it is giving to the boron atom for getting stability. Means here there is a day2 bond between fluoride ion and boron atom, means one pair of electron it is giving to the boron atom. Then it will be converted to BF4 -1, means any fluorine atom it can give a pair of electron. Any fluorine atom it can give a pair of electron. Now you can mention as if you mention a day2 bond towards boron atom, now this fluorine to this boron I can mention. Then it is BF4 -1. Now here in this BF4 -1, how many day2 bonds are present? Only one day2 bond is present. Only one day2 bond is present. Okay, right? Now come to the second example. Suppose now the given question is how many types of bonds are present in potassium ferrocyanide? Potassium ferrocyanide. What is the formula for potassium ferrocyanide? K4FeCN6. K4FeCN6. Now the given question is how many different types of bonds are present in the given compound. Okay, potassium ferrocyanide K4FeCN6. Now here if you see between potassium and ferrocyanide ion, here there is an ionic bond. Now how many potassiums are there? 4 potassiums are there. Each potassium charge +1, 4 potassiums are there. Then here the charge of this potassium it is +4. Remaining part a negative charge, it is -4. And here inside FeCN6 is there. Each cyanide charge is -1. How many cyanides we have? 6 cyanides we have. 6 cyanides we have. Then the charge for the 6 cyanides it is -6. Okay, outside -4 is there, inside for cyanide 6 cyanides it is -6. Then iron should be +2. Iron should be +2. These are the charges for the given elements. Now here between potassium ion and ferrocyanide ion there is an ionic bond. This is one ionic bond is present. Second one, between carbon and nitrogen there is a covalent bond. Between carbon and nitrogen there is a covalent bond. Third one, between iron and cyanide. Between iron and cyanide, each cyanide is giving 1 pair of electron to the Fe+2 ion, ferrous ion. Means how many cyanides are there? 6 cyanides are there. Each cyanide is giving one pair of electron to iron. Means one pair means one day-2 bond is present. How many cyanides we have? 6 cyanides we have. 6 cyanides means how many pair of electrons it is giving? 6 pair of electrons it is giving. 6 pair of electrons means 6 day-2 bonds are present. Means between iron and cyanide there is a coordinate covalent bond. There is a coordinate covalent bond is present. Okay. Now here 3 types of bonds are present in this. Okay. 3 types of bonds are present. Now the options are 1, 2, 3 and fourth one none of the above. Now the answer what I can take? First option is there, second option is there, third option is there. All the options are possible. Now the question they can ask like this. Okay, in potassium ferrocyanide molecule, between which element or which ions or elements there is an ionic bond? Now options are given like this: K plus and FeCN6 minus 4. Okay, otherwise between carbon and nitrogen there is an ionic bond. Okay, ionic bond they asked now, between potassium and FeCN6 minus 4 I can take. Second one, between carbon and nitrogen there is an ionic bond between carbon and nitrogen. Third option, between iron and cyanide. Fourth option, between potassium and iron second. Okay, then what is the answer? Ionic bond between potassium and ferrocyanide ion I can take. If they asked about, suppose, between which elements in potassium ferrocyanide there is an equivalent bond, then I can take it as carbon and nitrogen is the answer. Carbon and nitrogen is the answer. Suppose if they asked about between which ions, okay, there is a coordinate covalent bond in potassium ferrocyanide. Potassium ferrocyanide. Then I can take it as between cyanide ion and Fe plus 2 ion there is a coordinate covalent bond. Or they can ask like this. Options are like this. Now, maximum number of coordinate covalent bonds present in which of the molecule? Which of the following molecule is having maximum number of covalent bonds? Okay. Now that is the question. Now, the first option is BF4 minus 1. Second option is potassium ferrocyanide K4FeCN6. Third option is NH3BF3 molecule. Fourth option is suppose I can take as H3O plus. H3O plus. Now what is the answer now? More number of coordinate covalent bonds present in second one. That is K4FeCN6. Okay? That is potassium ferrocyanide. Now if you take potassium ferricyanide also, in K3FeCN6 also 6 coordinate covalent bonds are present. 6 coordinate covalent bonds are present here. Now here if you observe one more important point with this, here which ion it is acting as a Lewis acid. Now who is accepting the electrons here? Fe plus 2 is acting as a Lewis acid here. Now who is giving a pair of electron? Then I can take as cyanide ion. Then cyanide ion is acting as a Lewis acid or Lewis base. It is acting as the Lewis base here. Okay? Right? Like that they can ask the questions related to coordinate covalent bond. Okay? Now options are same. Now I am changing the question. Okay? In which of the following molecules or ions only one coordinate covalent bond is present? Only one coordinate covalent bond is present. Now first option, one coordinate covalent bond. In second option, 6 coordinate covalent bonds. Second is not possible. Third one coordinate covalent bond. Fourth one, H3O plus, hydronium ion. Here also one coordinate covalent bond is present. One coordinate covalent bond is present. Hydronium ion. Means here in H2O, water molecule is H2O and it is having 2 lone pair of electrons. Then proton means there is an empty orbital. It required one pair of electron. Oxygen atom is giving one lone pair of electron to H plus. Then it will be converted to H3O plus ion. It is called as hydronium ion. In hydronium ion, H plus ion is acting as Lewis acid and in water molecule oxygen is acting as Lewis base here. Now H3O plus if we take here in this one covalent, 2 covalent bonds are there and one coordinate covalent bond is present. Okay, like that we can discuss about coordinate covalent bond examples, right? Okay, thank you.